In one of the scenarios that takes place in Gela, the scenario is called Hell, I'm Not Helpless Yet. And the story is about First Sergeant Randall Harris, who, by the way, is one of the hero characters or hero models that you'll get with the Kickstarter. And First Sergeant Randall Harris landed on the beaches following behind the company commander, and he was the company first sergeant, and the company commander died. And along with the first platoon leader was blinded, and the platoon leader of another platoon, he broke. So there was no more officers, and the highest ranking NCO was Randall Harris. He also found that he was also injured as well and had his stomach ripped open from one of the mines on the beaches that day. But he managed to tighten up his well belt and close his coat and headed up the beach and continued to take out bunkers. And when he finally got into the town of Gela, another ranger said, "Hey, don't you think you should go to a first aid station?" And he told that other ranger, "Hell, I'm not helpless yet. Get me some Italian prisoners to guard or something." So this scenario is about Company D and Randall Harris entering the town, and of course the Italian defenders not wanting them to proceed. So the Americans in this scenario kind of come in randomly from a variety of locations in small groups. They come in this corner over here with the piazza, and they come over here on this side road over here, and back over there in that little alleyway. And they come in small pieces. When the Italians set up in this scenario, which is pretty unusual, an entire rifle section starts on this road spread out, and every one of them is broke. And so a lot of people who gave me feedback said, "Oh, that's really unusual. I mean, I'm starting a game already broke." But the heroes for the Italia was Sub-Lieutenant Lembo, and one of the things he did is he gathered up these troops that had broke, that were running from the beach away from the ranger, and he pulled them together, rallied them, and then turned back around and did successful counterattacks and slowed the rangers' advance. The rangers come in on the board almost on the exact same turn, so it just shows you that they were right on the heels of the Italians as they were falling back or falling up the bluff into the town. Another place is that throughout the town of Gela are bunkers, and there's these little bunkers that were created, and we wanted them to look kind of like the houses and the streets. And in some situations we can come in and replace a building and put a bunker in to create a completely different scenario, or in this case we have a scenario with bunkers that the American Rangers had to deal with. Another aspect of Hell, I'm Not Helpless Yet scenario is Carabinieri were patrolling the streets. Many of the Sicilian citizens had fled. They knew the invasion was coming, and they were patrolling the streets kind of in small groups of 3s and 4s, making sure there were no looters or people were not getting into businesses and homes. But when push came to shove, as soon as the Rangers were there, they were one of the toughest units that the Rangers fought. And they kind of came from all over the place and collected in front of the church and used that kind of as their last stand. And in this scenario, there's another little side piece that's kind of interesting with some teenage boys, but I'll save that as a surprise if you get the scenario pack with our Kickstarter. We led the way.